folks. Welcome to the Choo Choo Podcast. The Choo Choo Podcast. We're here. We're back. How's it going, everybody? We
Do you
skipped
mean
last
to
week.
us or to them?
To the listeners. To the listeners.
Oh, do we have to ask how they're doing? Because I thought it was about us.
I mean, I'm just kind of trying to be a little nice, but I mean, I guess we don't have to.
Oh, okay. This is a new face for John, the nice John.
When have I not been nice? When am I not nice?
You know what? I'll come back to you on that. Maybe I've never seen Mean John.
You're about to if you don't shut your fucking mouth. No, I'm just kidding.
You're right. I'm
just kidding. Folks, yes, we're back. We took last week off because we were doing Game of the Year. That's all finally out there. It's done. It's out. You can read it. You can watch it. It's all there. You can watch it. Go watch it, please. Please.
It's really good.
It's good. It's very good. I agree.
And also, we had some kind of existential feelings about putting it out in April, but it being out in April was a really good reminder to folks that a lot of great games came out last year.
Yeah, fuck it. It's all out there now. It's all ready. Y'all can see it.
And there's so many comments about oh, right, that game. Oh, yeah. Of course.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe you all played Inscription. We didn't even know it. It's Inscription rocks.
Just a little update for everybody.
Yep.
Anyway, hi, it's me, John, hosting, in charge. I can only be here for a certain amount of time. I might be dipping because I got to go to work, but for now, I'm here. Hi. And with me is Solon, who has already spoken. Solon, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
Good. We've already done a lot of talking today because we had a meeting, and we're going to be trying to do meetings every month now, just to give you a little peek behind the curtain. You know, we're ramping up. The relaunch is coming soon, whenever that happens. So we're trying to be on top of things. We're trying to be a website.
We're gonna be a website. Come hell or high water.
Maverick, you're here.
I am here. Yeah.
How are you feeling about this whole thing?
Excited, interested still. I don't know. I'm just ruminating on the fact that it's literally been about a year since I actually joined the site.
Mm-hmm.
It has been a year. Happy Choochiversary, man.
Happy Choochiversary.
Yeah, and I don't God, I think last week I was just rummaging around through files and figuring out what to delete on this fucking computer, because it seems like so many things are taking up space, but there's not one thing that makes sense that it's taking up all that space. But in the middle of all that, I just actually came across my recording for the first podcast I was on, and I don't know, it feels like such a different time at this point, but also not that long ago. And at the same time, I can just definitely tell that there's such a difference with the way I even just present myself on here. So here's to...
you're new Mav.
I'm old Mav.
I miss young Mav.
Yeah, no, I'm the old and decrepit age of 25 now.
Man, I saw a DJ yesterday opening for Maddion. It was an incredible show, but the opener, Young Bay, looked like a 40-year-old white dude.
Yo, Young Bay was up there?
He was all right.
Hey now, Young Bay
held it down for an hour. His music is so good, and it just was like a live show, so it was, not really the same kind of music that I'm used to hearing on SoundCloud.
That's fair.
And it's all mixed together, so it was just, after an hour straight of listening to disco, city pop, rising and falling constantly, drops and build-ups, I was like, oh man. Anyway, yeah. You're young, Mav.
If you say so. Spelled Y-U-N-G.
If you want. I can't stop you.
Hey. Nice John and young Mav. The crew.
Solid Solon.
Solid? Wow. Yeah, I have been feeling solid lately. After getting that Game of the Year video out, I'm feeling 100% solid. Like, all of everything that's coming out now is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Games are incredible right now.
Hell yeah. I think we've been playing some stuff lately. Maverick and I have basically just been playing the same game. I finished it and Maverick started it. We could go a little bit in there because I finally finished AI the Somnium Files. It's done. It's in the back. It's in the back. I'm looking in my rearview mirror and it's back there.
You're doing your AI the Somnium Files walk, as we all know.
I'm gonna be doing that at work today. Like I don't know what it'll be yet, but when I'm walking around helping people at the arcade, maybe someone will be like, "Hey, did you finish AI the Somnium Files?" And just be like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" They'd be like, Your walk. I saw it."
That game does make you walk different.
It does make you walk different.
It's not that it's a different walk, it's just a different kind of feel. You can't see it, but you just feel it.
Feeling.
Yeah.
I believe that you can see the walk. I believe you can see it. If you're attuned enough to the person and you know what's going on, I think you can see the walk.
I mean, to fully 100% to fully 100% reference that video, or because fucking God, I definitely do believe that
we are talking about a video, yes.
Yeah.
That where they
I was about ready to talk about doing the Norco walk. I had no idea what you're talking about.
I mean, that's part of it. It's there's a video where it's like one of those Ace Attorney things where like the different people are the different Ace Attorney characters, and it's just
okay.
Yeah, someone says that they finished watching Your Name and then they went and did the Your Name walk, and the other person was just like, "What are you talking about?" And it's like, if you ever see a piece of media and it changes you, and you just you have a different walk. But then,
but Your Name, like when you walk out of the theater after watching Your Name, I watched it in the theater. I don't know about other people, but after the theater, we all were walking different after Your Name. It was a whole mass of Your Name walkers.
But then they claimed that it was imperceptible. It was not something that you could notice. It was just something that you felt. But I believe it's perceptible. I disagree with the origin here. I think if you were like roommates with someone and you saw them walk into somewhere and you'd be like, that's a different walk. Like, I think you could tell if you're like with someone, like, if you're like dating someone and you're like, and you see them like walk out of their room slightly different and you're just like, how was what you played? How was what you watched? Like what did you read that gave you that walk? I think it's perceptible if you know the person well enough.
It sounds like a Sims mood that you would have where like you're jolly, you're good, and then you watch Your Name, and now your mood is Your Name. Your mood is
Your Name
AI,
walk.
the Somnium Files.
Yeah, exactly.
I was having that yesterday. I watched the Madion show. I was having the Madion walk out of the stadium, out of the arena.
You had the Madion walk.
And then I got to the bus station and found out the last bus had already left. And then I had the getting a lift walk, which was a completely different mood.
I see. I mean, I think that's just a dejection. I don't know if that's a walk, but
yeah,
maybe
I was the
it
sim
is.
that's like slumped over and just in eternal agony. And then I found out I was doing the getting a lift at peak time walk.
Yeah, your fun meter went all the way down. Yeah. Well, so Maverick, I don't want to go into like any like crazy spoilers or anything. For you especially because you're just starting it, but I feel like folks should check out AI the Somnium Files, especially because there is a sequel coming out in a few months, like 2 months, I want to say.
Mm-hmm. It's really soon. It
is very soon, and I have to figure out pre-ordering that special edition because I want that Iba statue so bad. But Maverick, how far are you? How are you feeling about it so far? How far in the Kaname Date cringe compilation are you?
Not super far. I am doing the I met Boss Walk though, because
hell
Boss.
Yeah, she's great. I'm again not to spoil too much, but like knowing that she's back in the sequel is very good. I'm very happy to see her back.
Don't gotta fix anything about her.
Exactly.
Nope.
She's still
No,
there.
she'll ruin me, and that's just what I need. Anyway. No, so what I played so far of AI, I've definitely enjoyed. I believe that part of this is AI The Somnium Files is made by the same creator who did 999, the Nonary game, Zero, Time Dilemma, just the genre of I guess survival based visual novel is the best way I could describe it. Or a survival based adventure game. And AI is its own whole thing, and it's refreshing to just get into it, not having played any of Kodaka, if I'm remembering the name right.
Yep, that's
Okay.
correct. Yeah,
No, Kodaka is the Danganronpa guy.
There we
Uchikoshi
go.
is the 999
God.
AI guy. Yeah.
I had them backwards in my head too.
I mean,
It's okay.
the fact that they literally are working
work
with each
together.
other now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking Bringus and Dingus over here. But no, not having like touched any of his prior work, not having willingly digested any of Danganronpa, it's definitely just nice to listen. Anyway, it's good to just dive into it like completely brand new. People definitely have recommended it, but it's like with no context of what's going on, just on the pretense of like, oh, it's good, it's well written, and I agree. It's really well done so far. I can't think of a character that I don't enjoy or don't like appreciate to have just included in the entire story. That's always positive. I feel like he has more. I feel like he ends up having more success with that versus Kodaka, which again, since they are working with each other and are sort of the pioneers of this renaissance of the genre, you kind of do have to keep that in tandem. But that said, I've really been enjoying it, and I have gotten up to day 3, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. So there are multiple days in this narrative surrounding a investigation around from the beginning of the game, you find out that there is a murder that has happened, and so this is where we springboard of just having to follow leads to figure out the murder and the sequence of events that follow from there. That said, the thing that I didn't anticipate was the fact that part of this is that the gimmick of the game is that you're able to go into the subconscious of people, to go into people's dreams in order to understand how to further progress in your investigation. You do this through the help of your eyeball implant AI called Iva. She's great. And you basically control her through these segments of just having to navigate dream logic in a way that gets you to another piece of this greater puzzle. But in that as well is where your story like automatically branches. That I appreciate, where I want to get more into visual novels, but sometimes the flags that are there to notify you of what route you're going to or what ultimately is going to be your endpoint can be so vague at points, or not always like indicated as, oh, this is a no return point, or like this is something you gotta definitely feel out. And here it's okay, this decision that's coming up, you're gonna fork into these options. From there, this is where you're gonna be going. And you have the ability to actually see the choices that you've made, because the game encourages you to go back for that, This is no spoiler, it's just the case of games in the genre. There is a true ending, but from that, you basically do have to play through these different routes from specific forking points. So one, I appreciate that in those upcoming future playthroughs, I don't have to start from the beginning. I just have to pick that point where there is that fork and go from there. But also, it's done in a way where that repetition isn't going to be tedious, so to say. So even from the beginning,
It's
like,
really clean in that respect.
yeah, it's so clean. I'm really excited. It gives me a reason to go back, and I'm glad whenever a game does that for me, because as someone that often is a one and done gamer, I like when there is a reason to go back.
Yeah, and that reason is entirely to be thorough with the story. Like it's really nice in that game because you go back between different break off points where the story kind of goes off in two different directions. And you can go back whenever you want, but also there's definitely like times when the game's like, all right, now's the time to go back and we'll get you there so that you're all caught up and you remember where you were. Like, it's really nice about that, where older games didn't really have that. Like the 999 games, they're awesome, but also when you go down a really long path and then you come back up the like branch that you just went down, you'll be like so lost. You'll be like, yeah, right, what is real? What is not real in this universe that we're at right now? I've forgotten.
Yeah, and it's just like, again, back to the characterization of things, where there was a situation regarding Mizuki, and the adopted daughter, or roommate, basically, of Date at this point. Yes, Date's adopted daughter, which you come to find out for reasons. But I had to do some stuff regarding her, just like involving her, and I had felt like I fucked up, and they had done such a good job to characterize her. I'm like, oh, I gotta go back. I gotta fix this. And ultimately, maybe that is the intended situation for an impending route. That could very well be the case. But also, you've managed to make me care about this character in such quick succession that it's like, no, I gotta make sure she's okay.
Right? I did the exact same thing. Just immediately went back and was like, no, we're doing this the other way first.
Like, no, I did this wrong. You can't tell me that I did this right, because how can this be right? What are you, some kind of sicko? Uchikochi, are you a sicko?
The thing is that like it is a split, and the game very much does want you to visit all of those. Like,
yeah,
I won't spoil it for you, but like you're gonna see the routes. The game very much wants you to see the routes, and
yeah,
I think that I wouldn't call it revolutionary at all, but like I just appreciate that AI is structured in a way that is like respectful of folks' time and respectful of just like letting you know, hey, this is where this route's going, this is where this route's going, this is where it's gonna stop, and you need to go back over here and do more here, because then you'll actually understand what's going on over here. Like, I like that a lot. I like how it's structured. So, don't feel too bad about that, I would say.
Definitely not.
You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it.
Yeah, because later down in that route that I ultimately go through, then it's like, oh shit, stuff is happening in a way that I definitely wouldn't have expected if I'm just thinking along the good end, bad end route of narrative devices. But because you want me to be entrenched in this story from multiple angles, I get that this is where we're gonna go to in this section of the game.
Yeah, AI does an incredible job pushing against the philosophy of bad end, which is kind of endemic to the genre. That all of the ends are valid in some way,
Yeah.
And not only that, all the routes to those ends all have tons and tons of information about like what these characters are about, which is the main thing.
Yeah, the bad, quote unquote bad end in this game is like, again, to be a little vague here, like, it is a bad ending. Don't get me wrong, but it is very much like it's straight up used as like a lesson almost, and like the characters bounce off of it like pretty openly, and like I appreciate that,
Right. Yeah, or again, like I feel like it's a pattern of thought that I would say personally stems from Undertale. Just in the way that it very much was the game that was like, think about your decisions as you, the player. Like, to this day, I have not even bothered to open up that original save file after I did the pacifist ending, because I'm like, why? I don't want that.
Mhm.
They don't
Mhm.
want that. And then I also see it in other examples, such as Until Dawn, where the motivation somewhat of the game is have everybody alive by the end.
Mhm.
Like that is an option for you as one of the endings. And I appreciate when a story is able to say, you know, death is a important factor in any narrative. So if a death occurs, it's not for the sake of inconvenience or the sake of an obstacle. It's going to be something that is compelling. It's going to be something that impacts people in this narrative. And I appreciate that as well, that, you know, regardless of the decisions that are coming up, each one has weight. Each one has a sense of urgency to it that I really appreciate.
Very
Not,
much like, hey pal, you're gonna carry that pathos.
yeah, like, again, not to knock down Kodaka, but it's like, I did spend part of the streams I would watch of Danganronpa 2 just thinking, all right, when's God, I forget his fucking name.
Come on, buddy, we know you're gonna knock this guy off.
Nagito?
Like they're done.
No. Not Nagito.
Nagito, gonna knock this guy off. Come
Not
on.
Komeda, yeah.
Yeah, Komeda.
Hajime? Okay, Komeda, yeah.
No,
His name's
yeah,
Nagito
no, part of
Komeda,
it's
yeah.
like, all right, when's Komeda gonna fucking beat it? And like on his own right, a compelling character. Like, I'm not gonna say he's not a compelling character, but it definitely was like, kind of just want you to die already.
Yeah.
You're so coded as pushing up daisies.
You were so coded as when you go, shit is gonna pop off.
And yeah.
And yeah, but
That
it's
is
like
the point.
but it's the difference where it's like, okay, as soon as this person fucking eats it, now we're gonna get or like the coded idol in DR1 too, where it's just like, oh man, you're gonna write those numbers for me.
Yep.
And that's how I get through the rest of this trial, versus here, where it's like, I literally have no idea where the next lead is gonna be. I have no idea where the mystery is going to go, but I am at least compelled enough to continue because everyone is at stake at this in any capacity. And
Yep.
having enough allure in that kind of a setting really does a lot to just grip, like, just make the story gripping, make the story compelling. And I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're on a ride.
It's a hell of a ride.
How do you like the presentation?
Oh my god,
the real key to this
Presentation
whole thing.
friggin' whips.
Yeah, it goes way beyond most, text adventure kinds of games.
It rules. I'm glad that like they were able to have having enough budget to do what they wanted to in this kind of a perspective, because again, it's very rare. Like, one, it's rare to have a fully voice acted visual novel experience out here in the West specifically. Like, it's a miracle that more and more dubbing companies are getting that work done. But every so often too, you'll also see just like occurrences where it's not always going to be one-to-one, or it's just going to be like patches of voice work as necessary or as the budget allows. Hell, a funny thing about like the latter Cold Steel games is the fact that there are points where Reen doesn't talk because they couldn't afford the voice actor in Japan for those specific lines, but then everyone else will talk around him and have like a fully voiced line. And then they just carry that over to the West, even though they very much could afford like to have the guy come in and like voice those lines, but it just wouldn't match up with the flaps on the model. Versus here, it's like, no, like we have the script here. We're gonna go through the lines. You're gonna just dole them out because that's what you're here to do. This is part of the appeal to it, and I think it does a really good job. The English voice cast has been fantastic. I think everyone's been nailing their characters so far. God, Dotie's cringe.
Everyone's obviously having a lot of fun in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dotie's fucking cringe, but I respect the fact that he, like, accepts his cringe.
He's cringe, but he's free.
He's cringe, but he's free, and, like, the receptionist wants to get at it, and that is, like... like, my man, you're only, like, winning, so...
Oh, right, that reminds me that there is a bad end to this game. I forgot.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's very funny. God.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. She didn't do anything.
That's the real ending. Fuck the rest of this game. God. But I guess I'll just chime in real quick with like my thoughts of finishing it. You know, I will try my best to be vague here. I really like the syncs. You know, I like to play through that whole thing and like see how things unravel. But I will say near the end, and I guess this is also kind of just like a warning for you, Maverick. Near the end of the game, it very much just becomes less about exploration and more about time management, and I think that kind of sucks a little bit. Like, you know, they give you a good amount of time in the earlier syncs to like mess around and see goofy scenes and, you know, kind of dig around their mind, but like I want to say like the last like 2 or 3 syncs are just like you need to get from here to here. You have no time to do anything else. Like if you're not like on the razor's edge, you're just gonna fucking lose, which sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks, you know, like compared to like how open ended the rest of it is.
They're not scenes that you want to be playful in, really, but like also
still, yeah, like at the very least, like it doesn't need to be playful per se. It could just be like, hey, here's some time to like extrapolate a bit to see what else is going on in this person's psyche and why they are the way they are.
Yeah, you have to throw the whole sync if you want to go down any of those routes.
Yeah.
Like, you have to, like, purposely fail at the whole thing if you want to go see any of the fun stuff, because you won't have enough time to actually see those things and succeed at, you know, finishing the sync, which progresses the game.
Mm-hmm.
God, but those spaces are cool.
And I will say also, I do think that the end, just because of the way that the game is and how the routes are and everything, I do think it is pretty back heavy, and you know that is a little frustrating. But you know, again, it's understandable, and I at the end of the day just kind of hope that that in the sequel that they lean a little bit harder into the routes and into how separate and how together they are at the same time. Like, I want them to actually, like, because it feels like something that they only begin to acknowledge near the end of the game, and I would rather it be something that is woven throughout.
Right.
But
no, it's very
like,
dense by the end.
But otherwise, it's fucking fun and it's well written, and I can't wait for Mizuki to have her fucking pipe and annihilate everyone like a fucking samurai, killing everybody.
I can't wait for this fan community. Now there is an AI Somnium Files fan community out there. Like, they're doing stuff. They're making memes. They're making cracking wise. They're out of their mind too. Shout outs to them, because they remember each somnium, each like sync that you go down by name, which is nuts to me.
Oh yeah, sinking in the main or sinking in the refrain. It's like, oh my god.
They're all like very specific like rhymes and puns that actually kind of get to the main idea of what's in those syncs, but like I can't remember those from God of me. What?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Y'all are out of there.
It's fun. It's good.
I'm excited to see those folks getting their hands on the new one. That's what I'm really stoked for.
I am very excited to see what happens in this in for the rest of the game, for real.
Boss. Tama.
Solon, do you want to tell us about something you've been playing, or should we do some news? I'm gonna get in front of you and I'm gonna say, "Shut up, Solon. We're gonna do some news." I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
You know what? You know what?
Yeah.
We'll talk about Kirby and we'll talk about Norco after news.
Okay. All right. That sounds good.
Jerk.
Thank you, Solon. All right, I'm just gonna kind of hop around with what I have open in front of me here. Let's see here. First thing I have right here is, hey, Remedy is remaking Max Payne 1 and 2.
All right.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Cool.
they are working with Rockstar because I guess Rockstar still owns the rights to Max Payne, but Remedy is doing it in-house. They are using the engine that they used for like Control and Quantum Break is their like in-house Northlight engine.
Yeah.
It is going to be a single game, so it's going to be Max Payne 1 and Max Payne 2 as a single re-release for PC, PS5, and Series X. And they're saying it's going to have a similar budget to their bigger titles, so this is going to be like a full-fledged remake that they are giving all their effort in. Kind of wild that they're doing this. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool, but sure. You know, rock on. I mean, I personally, I would kind of prefer that they just either do new stuff or maybe do some more Control, or, I mean, they're doing Alan Wake 2, so I can't really ask for anything more on that end, but, whatever. If they want to do this, that's fine, and the Max Payne games are kind of difficult to get into in like a modern sense. Like a lot of those games run weird on modern PCs no matter what you try to do. And I mean, 3 is still pretty available, but that was just Rockstar. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see how it goes. But is anyone looking forward to these remakes?
Not gonna lie, Max Payne is a big blind spot for me in terms of just like relevance, recognition. I'm aware that a lot of people do like Max Payne, and if this is something that people are excited for, then more power to them. It's just like, sure. I'm not going
Max
to be...
Payne,
yeah.
The with me, Max Payne being a part of Remedy is really funny because it means that you're going to have like this nice little family picture of what's her name from oh god, I forgot her name, the main character in the last game. Max Payne, you're going to have Alan Wake, and you're going to have her all together. They're going to be like this little Remedy family photo. But I'm really hoping this is a good chance for... My biggest problem with the other Remedy games is always that the encounters are completely hot and cold. Either they're the easiest thing in the world, or they're extraordinarily difficult, and there's really not an in-between. And playing through Control was very much like, all right, easy game, we're winning. Oh, we're not winning. We're dying. This is actually, I'm going to just go away. I'm leaving. Goodbye. And I skip like entire portions of that whole game just because I'm like, well, it's too hard. I'll come back another time. Maybe I'm strong or something. So if there's anything that can help maybe smooth that out, Max Payne sounds like a good place.
It's a game that uses bullet time, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I know that's one of the appeals of it as well.
Yeah, so it's very much going to be a dream project for that. Like the Max Payne lineage is where you get games like Alan Wake and Control. And so it's kind of a coming back to their roots situation. But also, it's going to be interesting because they're making a game that's already been made, and I think that's going to be exciting to see. We know so much about Remedy being like making these huge creative projects that them, doing a remake, that sounds cool. It's like when your favorite band does a cover album,
Makes sense to me.
Except way more expensive and much larger.
All right, let's see, what else do we have here? Oh yeah, this is just this is an understandable thing, but it's also like, oh boy, here we go. Folks, Ms. Pac-Man is no longer with us.
Pac-Man's a widow?
No, I mean, maybe. So here's the deal. Ms. Pac-Man has been getting removed from a lot of Pac-Man related content because the company At Games has been trying to say that they own the rights to the character, and Bandai Namco just doesn't really want to fuck with it. So the classic arcade platformer Pac-Land was re-released by Hamster on Switch, and I guess in some other places too. The Arcade Archives. And Ms. Pac-Man was replaced in the game because she's there at the beginning of the game, like waving goodbye to Pac-Man as he goes on his stupid little adventure. She has been replaced by a character that Bandai Namco says is called Pac-Mom.
Oh, wait. She's retired the red bow?
So Ms. Pac-Man had the red bow, the red shoes, the red gloves. Pac-Mom, no, she had a red bow, red shoes, orange gloves, like Pac-Man has the red shoes and orange gloves. Pac-Mom has pink shoes, pink gloves, and a pink hat. She does not have a bow at all. She has a hat.
This is a different character. This isn't the same character who just changed their clothes.
Exactly. They are claiming this is a new character. They also recolored Pac Baby. I think they are still saying that this is the same character, but now Pac Baby has pink stuff instead of red stuff, red clothing.
Are they saying that clothing is Namco saying clothing is genetic in the Pac universe?
Perhaps they are. Perhaps they are, because Pac Baby is wearing pink now. I don't know what this truly means. I don't know if, maybe eventually they might update this if the Ms. Pac-Man lawsuit or whatever is dropped.
The Ms. Pac-Man lawsuit?
Or dispute, I guess we could say. They basically... Okay. I remember. I remember what it is now. Yeah,
take a second. This is a lot to unpack. Mav, are you doing okay?
You're telling me that there's two queens now, so how could I not be okay?
From what I can gather, it's not like Ms. Pac-Man can't exist or anything like that. It's just At Games has the royalty rights now, so whenever something new comes out with Ms. Pac-Man in it, that means that Bandai Namco has to give them a cut. So they just don't want to give them a cut anymore, which, you know what? 99% of the time, I would say that sucks, but At Games is just being, like, basically a patent troll about this, so I would say, yeah, they don't deserve it, so Bandai Namco, fuck them, don't give them an inch. They're, like, At Games are just the people that makes those, like, crappy mini arcades or mini consoles that aren't very good, so...
Oh, wow. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And, like Bandai Namco was actually trying to work with the people that made the original Ms. Pac-Man to give them royalty rights, but At Games got out in front of it and kept them from doing it. So, yeah. It's just real shitty. It's real shitty.
God, it's so... Like, I don't even... It literally just because of patenting rights that someone wanted to create that character, and it's so fucking weird the way that whole cycle of character creation and trademarking just becomes so fucking seeped in a lot of like later end decisions. Like, no one creating the character at the time probably would have anticipated this to be the escalation of all things.
What do you mean creating the character at the time? What? No, the psycho thing is that this is Pac-Man. It's a circle with a wedge in it. Then they put a bow on it.
Well, if you remember, the reason
Yeah?
that they call him Pac-Man is because of the sound Paku Paku, which means to flap one's mouth open and closed.
Because he's eating.
Where is Mary Elizabeth Winstead when I need to talk about this stuff? Ramona, please.
It's because they kept scratching out the P and writing F, so they can't call it Puckman.
Yeah, you can't call him Puckman. But I'll call Puck Mom, let me tell you what.
Oh, damn, you're gonna go behind Pac-Man's back after
He's
all
a
he's given us.
circle. He doesn't mean shit.
Maverick, you're the Namco Homewrecker.
Yeah.
Pac-Man's life goes to hell in 20 seconds because of Maverick.
His life goes to hell. Heihachi is crying bad because I treat his wife right. Show me, Googling now, new tab, married characters in Namco Bandai.
A lot of them are getting, yeah, you're right. A lot of them are getting they're kind of getting the shaft in the relationship. I feel like, yeah.
You know, it's unfair.
Yeah.
Pac-Mom doesn't even have legal rights to her name.
It's fucked up.
Fucked up.
It's so fucked up.
Pac-Man should walk to the right about that for a little while.
Justice for Ms. Pac-Man. Or however you want to call her. And a Pac-Mom.
They're
need
different.
justice. You're right, they are different. I apologize, you're right. You're different entities. Monkey Island is back. Again.
What?
But this time it's the team.
Oh, Gilbert's back?
Ron Gilbert is back.
Right.
You know, he did tweet back in 2013, hey, if I ever get to make another Monkey Island, I'm going to announce it on April 1st. And then he did. He did announce it on April 1st. He was like, oh, hey, we're making another Monkey Island on April 1st. And everyone was just like, oh, that's funny. And then like 3 days later, it was like, okay, anyway, here's the trailer for the new Monkey Island. And it was real.
Huh.
So Return to Monkey Island is coming back here again. Yeah, Ron Gilbert is working on it. It's being written by him and Dave Grossman. So they were the crew that wrote the first two. It's being developed by Terrible Toy Box, the folks who did Thimbleweed Park, and is being published by Devolver and Lucasfilm. So hey, it's legit. It's real. They did also confirm that the composers are coming back: Michael Land, Peter McConnell, and Clinton Bajakian. And Dominic Armato is coming back to play Guybrush. So we're getting like the whole crew back together here. You know, we're gonna see, you know, what's new as well. We're gonna get some new blood on the Monkey Island team, and they did. I think they said that they are going to be. I think they said they're going to ignore the plot of the post Gilbert Monkey Island games, but they are still going to like keep them in mind. So they're not going to be completely ignored, but they're going to have, you know, some relevance. But they're gonna. This is going to be a direct sequel to LeChuck's Revenge.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Because as I understand, Terrible Toy Box, that is Ron Gilbert's company.
Yes, that is.
Unless I'm mistaken. Like when they made Thimbleweed Park, I think that was 2014 or something like that.
Yes.
I can't help but feel like the plan was always to get here to make a new Monkey Island game. And so having control of a company that could do that inside of an engine that works for that, like Thimbleweed Park is, seems like it all lines up. That's why he was able to call his shot that he's going to announce it on April 1st in the near future.
Yeah.
Which I guess the near future was like almost a decade, but like that's how games work. That's how time works. That's how life works.
That's the near future for a video game.
That's the near future for point and click adventure, the Scum engine, LucasArts. They work in decades.
Yeah.
And they're very good at it.
One more game announcement thing real quick here. The folks behind Hypnospace Outlaw have announced 2 more games here. As you know, the studios Tender Shoot and Noble Robot. They announced an actual sequel to Hypnospace called Dream Settler, which is instead of being based around 90s internet, this one will be based around 2000s internet. And they also announced a first-person shooter.
Wait.
Well, it's not exactly the team itself. You see, we do have the appearance of Dream Settler. That's going to be the team over there for Hypnospace. But we also heard from one Zane Rocks 36, and he also had a project to bring out, which is Slayer's X Terminal Aftermath Vengeance of the Slayer. And that is a first-person shooter based on the Slayer series that Zane Rocks has also worked on. It's a very compelling story, very interesting, full of a lot of lore. It's been something that he's been working on for a long while, and I'm very curious to see where we get out of this point, primarily. I'm very curious to see what that'll look like.
Okay, so I've played through Hypnospace Outlaw, and I'm seeing that the Twitter account is Zane_Rocks_36, and that they're now 37. They're not 36, because they were Zane Rocks 14 in the game. Oh, Lord. Okay. Yeah. This is a boomer shooter, isn't it? This is a boomer shooter.
Yeah, and the thing is that it looks like shit in the best possible way.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like how a boomer shooter actually looked back then. They are... This is... It is exactly what it wants to be. It's perfect. It is perfect. He is taking down the Psycho Syndicate using hack blood energy to bring evil enemies to life and take over the world. And you are playing as Zane in the game as well. He made this game. This is
it's his game.
An autobiographical game, if you will.
Yeah,
no, it is.
They blew up his family.
You're right.
Yeah.
His mom and little bro were in that car. This sucks. No, I'm very excited for this release. As soon as I found out about Hypnospace Outlaw, it was a game that just like stuck with me in the back of my head in terms of just like what you could do with games as a concept. So, and only now at this point where it's like we have gone through multiple iterations of what the internet looks like. And granted, I'm someone that definitely, I would say, lived in a, like, we mentioned up front, I'm 25. I was born in 96. So I only have such a touch-and-go relationship with that much of the internet. But that said, there's still notes that really resonated with, like, the way that the interface was laid out, but also just the narratives in terms of, like, even though this was an alternate 1999 that you were working in, still a lot of similar sentiments, feelings, and commentary about what, our contemporary existence was at the time. And I can only anticipate a lot of the same coming into this new game, which, based on a lot of the Zane Rocks stuff, people are trying to think like, oh god, is this an alternate reality, because of the fact that do I even want to talk about spoilers for Hypnospace? Because there are spoilers for Hypnospace Outlaw in a way that are like fundamentally change the way that you look at the game partway through it.
Yeah, we can't dance around the subject.
Yeah. Like, the fact that it is another dream-based internet game means, like, oh, is this a reality where the mine crash didn't happen? Is this a reality where Net Settler still decides to go forward with Dream Tech because they're able to, like, say, like, because of the fact that Merchant Soft isn't, like, tied to it at all? Like, is Zane just lying about how old he is again? And this time taking a lot bigger of a bite out of it, and he's probably just like tail end of high school into like presumably college. Is he actually 36 to 37? We don't know. There is so much space to play around with this, and I am just really excited to mess around with it. God, we're gonna have allegories for
Yikes.
like the invasion into the Middle East in just the weirdest fucking way.
Oh no.
And it probably is going to be Gumshoe Gooper with an AR-15, and that's like a lot to... that is a phrase I didn't expect to say out loud. That is definitely a new sentence. But like... that's... oh, man, I'm just very excited.
I've got a new sentence for you as well. Because I'm looking at this, and I'm gonna make up a person here, but there is definitely a leftist lesbian person who's gonna use Cruelty Squad as their jumping off point to get into Zane Rock's universe. That's gonna lead them down an entire tube, and they're gonna end up in Duke Nukem world. And it's gonna be just this, all because indie games can't stop making boomer shooters.
You know what? That's
They're
totally
getting
fair.
weirder. And you know what? We deserve it. Because Cruelty Squad rocked. And this is only gonna get better.
I also like the setup, too, that you were a private investigator in Dream Settler.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Which, honestly, like, presents itself with a whole other case of just, like, what that internet is going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, the most pressing matter of it is Hot Dad still going to be involved with the soundtrack?
Yes, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, we don't know yet. We gotta find out.
Because, listen, I bought the fucking Hypnospace vinyl as soon as it also got released, because concurrent with this was a announcement of various Hypnospace related merch coming out. You can get your own I Stand with Gooper shirt finally, to show that you have real American pride. And
what a deep cut in that game, too.
but, like, again, that's just the way that the old internet was. Pokemon were the devil. If you, like, just the budding reality of what, like, free speech means to me would slowly become nowadays. Like, it's... hell of a game already. I'm very excited to see what comes out now, because they are definitely pushing themselves in a way where it's not just Hypnospace 2. It is going to be something completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm so excited that you're excited. You didn't get to be here for when me and Niall were going absolutely out of our mind about the events that happen in Hypnospace each time they happened.
Mm-hmm.
Are we gonna figure out if Carl comes back? No, not Carl. If the guy comes back with his submarine.
Oh, right. I just want the Chowder Man updates, but yeah, you're right. There's so many other things that could come up now.
All right, Solon, I think you should talk about what's going on with your gaming, and then we can talk about the serious gaming.
Yeah,
and then we can wrap up.
That sounds great. Yep. So let me. I've got some stories for you. We've been talking about point and click games.
Yes.
And a new one came out a week ago that was also incredibly impactful, despite being such a. It comes from a humble place. The point and click games that like us having a bunch of news about point and click games is wild because they are very humble. They're not usually like the things that draw huge crowds and have a bunch of attention to them, but like there's that they do is important by a lot. So I was playing a game called Norco. Norco is on. I played through the Xbox Game Pass, and it was just really accessible that I could just kind of grab it and go. It is a 6-hour long point and click. It is very nice and easy to play in that respect. When they say they wanted shorter games that were cheaper to make, like this is it. Norco is 6 hours and it feels like 30, just with how much like impact there is inside of A, the presentation, and B, the characters and how they all interact and the stuff they have you do. And the thing that got me about it was that I was into the idea. I was into the thought that like, okay, we're going to do a very small Disco Elysium type adventure, specifically set in Norco, Louisiana, and it's set in the kind of a future past mix. It is, I call it Bayou Punk, because it is in a Norco that is ravaged by capitalism and the failure of the state to protect Louisiana at large, and Norco especially, from natural disaster. And so the city is devastated, but there's still people living there trying to, you know, keep life going. And you show up from out of town because your mom, who you grew up in Norco, and your mom has passed away. And so you're trying to just pick up the pieces of her life, as well as figure out what has happened in the city in the last couple of years that you've been gone. And you go through it, and all of this, like, I'm playing it, I'm seeing all this cool stuff, and the main character is like, oh, so it's exactly how I left it. And I'm like, there's all this cool stuff happening here. What are you talking about? And so you go through the mystery of how did your mom die? And most of the biggest questions that arise from this is, why is the oil corporation in my house right now? What are they looking for? And why won't they leave? It is very illegal that they're here, but also there's nothing I can do because they're the oil corporation. They are the police. They're the everything in the city. But yeah, going on a little adventure with your robot pal that you grew up with. You come together with a robot pal. You all fix your truck together. You do some point and click puzzles and stuff to get to know the town, so you can fix up your truck, and then you have the ability to go out and like actually solve this murder by talking to literally everyone you can in town. And then during that, there's actually a second plot that is happening alongside of it, because you know who would know the best about how mom died? Mom herself. And so
That's true.
There's actually dueling narratives. You go back in time to the start of everything with your mom, and her deal is that she has put her entire cognizance onto a multi-terabyte memory drive because she is going to die of cancer. And so she has a lot of secrets. They're all inside of this drive. Problem is, she doesn't know what they are either. And so you have to put the pieces together through her fractured memory, see what her last days were like, and then put that together with what you find out from your investigation from from her daughter. And that's when things get interesting. I don't even have to go in further after that, because Norco sets up itself really, really well to bridge these narratives. And the coolest thing is that it just, as I'm explaining this, I'm also realizing that this like slowly grows on you. You get a little bit in, you're like, oh, that's cool. And then you get a little more in, like to the midpoint of the first act, you're like, oh, that's really cool. Okay, this is neat. And then as you see these threads kind of converging, you go, oh, okay, this is gonna be really wild. And it all ends in a place where there's a couple of different endings. There's a couple of different ways that you can, over the course, bring characters in the game that you've met along the way to different endings. And it involves, I gotta tell you about this one. One of the coolest point and click mechanics that I've ever seen.
Right.
You ever play like text adventures or dating sims point and clicks? You know how they have that mechanic where like you can grab a keyword and collect it? And
sometimes,
you can, like,
yes.
put that, yeah, you put that somewhere else. This one has it where you just have a phone on you, and so you can record anybody's dialogue at any point and just keep it to use out of context later.
Sure.
And so you just kind of like grab a little recording, but you can only hold so many recordings because your memory card in your phone sucks. And so you only have enough room for like 8 or 9 different lines at any time. But yeah, it comes up in really cool ways where you're just like, all right, I'm just going to record stuff. And like this mechanic comes out in like the second half of the game. Like it comes up it feels late almost. But you use it in a couple of different places, and every time you get to use it, you're like, "Oh, I'm such a genius! Oh, I knew this line of dialogue was the one to save." But yeah, it's an awesome game, and I think that I won't spoil anything until now. Now I want to spoil something for you because John, if you never get to play this game, John, I've got a story for you from Norco.
Let's hear it.
There's a guy, I call him the Dumpy Dog's victim.
Okay, all right. I'm listening.
To get into a place, you need to know the password. This is just to kind of tell you the comedy of this game. To get the password, though, you got to talk to the Dumpy Dogs guy.
Yes.
And the Dumpy Dogs guy is hard on his luck because he hasn't sold hot dogs in a while.
Oh, no.
And you're like, well, I can find a hungry guy. I don't have money. I'm totally broke, but I can find you a guy that's hungry.
Sure.
And you go and find a guy who's just pissed off. He's pissed because he's had to do setup for a show, and that setup has involved him just standing there for a couple hours, and he's just like, this is a crappy night. And so you're like, here's some hot dogs. And then you find out from the Dumpy Dogs guy that these are not hot dogs that have sold because people aren't hungry or don't want hot dogs. These are hot dogs that haven't sold because they haven't sold. And since those hot dogs haven't sold, he hasn't gotten new hot dogs. And so because he hasn't gotten new hot dogs, they haven't sold. And you come back later to find this guy has not just eaten a dog, giving you the password, thus letting you into the new place. He's eaten 2 of them. He went back for seconds because he was bored. And you go, this is weird. What a weird guy. Later down the game, you find him again, and he tells you he's had the worst day of his entire life.
Oh, no.
And you have to click through it, and at different points, he'll tell you, I can stop. You don't want to hear any of this. It gets worse. And there's nothing you can do, but actually, you have to click through. You have to see, you literally stand there, and you're just this mom who is obviously going through trauma, and has just had like tons of chemo pumped into her. It's like the middle of the night, and you just stare at him dead in his face, going, keep going. And he tells you this tale about what those dogs did to him, where
What's that dog do?
He ends up trying to find a place to go to the bathroom, and none of the places around him would let him in, and so he ends up getting desperate, and he finds a limo.
Okay.
He gets into the limo and just lets it all out. The limo had just let out an entire birthday party of kids.
Oh, no.
And the driver of the limo gets back in the car, and that's when he finds out that the doors to this limo are all locked from the inside. The limo driver has to let them out because it was a kids' party, and the limo driver didn't want kids jumping out of the limo. And so they're all child locked. He can't get out, and he is in the shits.
Quite
the car
literally.
takes off, and the car takes off, and the only thing he can do from there is either wait it out or, knock on the glass. He can't wait it out, though, because now he's hearing the limo driver who is telling his wife, his girlfriend, that he's going to get back home. All the things that he's going to do to her when he gets back home, which is coming up over the speakerphone across the entire limo. And he knocks on the door, he knocks on the glass between the limo, trying to pretend that he was a kid that didn't get let off. He tried a legitimate charisma check, which immediately fails. The limo driver rolls down the window, says, "It smells like shit," rolls it back up, calls the police. At which point they let out, they pull over, wait for the police to get there. And the moment they open the door, he runs out with his pants in his hands into the forest to never be seen again. And he just says, "And that's how I got here."
Man, sounds
that's
like
the
a
story
rough
of the
one.
Dumpy Dog's victim.
It's like a real rough one. God bless.
And he finds himself outside of a club, and he's got a drink in his hand, so he's doing all right, as well as a guy in his state could be. And then if you go into the club, everyone complains the club smells like shit.
Oh.
And all because you gave him the Dumpy Dogs.
Gave him the Dumpy Dogs.
I think there's a couple of ways to change that situation, but also I didn't. It's my fault he ate 2 of them.
Good lord.
It's a hard world out there in Norco.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. And
sounds like it.
There's a grim comedy to the whole thing. It's just a really good game. That's kind of why I wanted to tell that story. I thought you would love that, John.
No, that sounds good. That game sounds fun.
Yeah.
So it was on a Game Pass. What else is it on?
Yep.
Is it just on
Actually, I don't know if it's it might be on Steam. Let me check it out.
Okay.
Oh right, Norco's a city. I can't just type in Norco into Google and get Oops. Right. Also I wanted to point out that this was made by a collective, actually. This was not like a studio or anything, but an anarcho collective called Geography of Robots, and published by Raw Fury. But yeah, it's on Steam. And so Steam and Game Pass are the places to get it.
Okay. Very nice. Let's see here. Do we want to do the serious story here and then move on to your last bit of gaming, or do you want to?
Yep.
Okay, all right, sure.
Yeah, we'll talk about Kirby for the end.
All right, so this is a bit of a layered story here, because on first blush, this is good. Activision Blizzard has converted 1,000 of their QA workers to full time. That is specifically for their studios. I don't think it includes Raven here, which I think is the big issue. But they will have at least $20 an hour, and they will have bonuses and full benefits, which is good for them. But again, this is coming right as there's more and more pressure from the Activision Blizzard folks to unionize and to stand up against what's going on, especially again from Raven Software. This is Raven is not included with this, and this is probably like a union busting tactic where they're just going to help their own company, the people under them, but ignore the folks that are really pushing for what they need to do.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yeah,
it's a bit of
there's
it's a
some
bit of a
tactics
frustrating
in
thing.
here.
Yeah, it's frustrating, you know.
Yeah, no, with Activision Blizzard, there is no supplement for having a union, especially in that
Hmm.
situation.
Yeah.
And yeah, it it would feel more disrespectful if having those kinds of health benefits in QA wasn't a huge freaking deal.
Hmm.
That like it's hard because that is huge. And it's one less thing on the bargaining and negotiating table um for the unions as they are trying to be formed. Um but yeah, no, it's it is hard to be like, wow, these health benefits and this pay raise, these are union busting tactics.
Yeah,
They
it's very
are,
frustrating. Yeah.
but also if I were them, I would use this as proof to why union negotiating is a important and big deal, because
Hmm.
that's that could be a regular occurrence instead of just a one-time fluke thing that isn't promised to occur again.
Hmm.
Because QA needs a lot more than that. I don't even know if $20 is enough for where they're at.
Hmm.
I don't think it is for the living conditions in LA and San Fran.
Yeah. It's yeah, I don't really know what to say in a sense, you know, like I'm
Mm-hmm.
hoping that things work out and that I'm hoping that folks don't just kind of take it and leave. Like I hope that folks, yeah, like what you said, I hope they take the good bits, but then they continue to ask for what they deserve.
Yeah, that is not a win for labor.
Hmm.
That's the hardest part of this all. That is a win for individual workers, but not for the labor or the company as a whole.
Hmm. Is there anything else that we want to talk about here? Solon, do you want to wrap us up with Kirby?
Yeah, I'll curb your enthusiasm just a little bit. Just a
All
little
right,
bit.
give us a little bit.
You
So
were playing Kirby, right, John?
I've played a little bit of it. I finished like the first world, and I've gotten like a little ways into the second one.
Yeah,
But
take
you
your time with it.
you 100%ed it.
I did
you
not take my time with it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've been trying to focus on Somnium Files, and so I finally got through that. So Kirby will be my next focus. My plan. I have my fucking next few games charted out here. I'm gonna do Kirby, and then
Yep.
I'm gonna play SMT5, and then
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
and then I also have access to Ghostwire Tokyo, so I'm gonna try that. And
Ooh.
depending on if I enjoy that, I'll play through that. And if I don't like it, then I'll just drop it. But after that, I want to do Xenoblade Chronicles. I want to finally play through that and be ready for 3. Finally, when that drops at the end of the year, I'm so stoked. I'm very ready.
And then the new AI
It's time.
Somnium will come out. You'll have
Yeah,
Nirvana.
exactly.
It's a good backlog.
We're yeah, we're moving through it. We're moving through it. I'm having a good time.
So when I last left off on Kirby, I just finished playing every Kirby game, and they're all very similar,
Yes,
and uh, similar in a good way, in a very like
it's comforting.
you know,
Kirby's comfort
they're
food.
they're so comfort food, and this is no different. Kirby and the Forgotten Lands is just really clean and nice. I wouldn't say it has because it is swinging so hard in the 3D dimension, like in that direction. It doesn't
Mhm.
go as hard as it for if folks have played like Planet Robobot, which that's a game that is like really solid about having wild story. It's
Mhm.
got a whole like anti-capitalist bent to it. It's about mechs. Like that game's got a lot going on. It's awesome, but it's also on the 3DS, which is not necessarily as accessible as a Nintendo Switch.
Mhm.
And Forgotten Lands is really, really easy to play. You play through that first world and you're like, wow, yeah, I'm ready for World 2. It's gonna be the same. It's gonna feel exactly the same. What isn't as clear, what I think is fucking awesome about this Kirby game is that
Mhm.
they basically they basically like just boil you alive in great mechanics. Like, you don't feel how the mechanics are just getting better and better around you as you're proceeding through the game. Because instead of having, like, a bunch of different copy abilities that you combine a bunch of ways, there's 9 of them, and those 9 get upgraded 3 different ways. And for every act of the game, they give you another, like, set of stuff to play with. So the first act is about finding and figuring out those 9 copy abilities and how all the different, there's just lots of little nuances to them. And then the second act of the game is all about upgrading those in a way where you start to see, like, oh, these the digging claws have actually like a circle move that you can do that makes them explode, and so that's important to know. The fire ability has a glide to it that has its own physics that you kind of need to figure out how to maneuver places around quickly and do stuff with. And then the third act is literally, all right, now let's make them hit hard and be as cool as hell. All of the, like, they purposely give you mechanics that feel weird in the second act so that they can make them feel extra good in the third act. It's almost cruel how clean they make this game as like a way to like trick you into into like thinking Kirby is the coolest MFer ever. Just, he's got the coolest stuff he gets to play with at all times. And then there's a fourth act. That's the thing. The third act, you're done. Fourth act, when you 100% the game, there's a whole other side to it. And I won't talk about what's in it, like, content-wise, but mechanically, they give you the ability to upgrade all of your all of your abilities. You can literally upgrade every single version of every ability in the game, so now you legitimately get to play with all 9 times 3 copy abilities. And, like, folks started finding out that, like, hey, if you want to speed run bosses, the second version of the hammer is actually the best, like, because it attacks the fastest and you can upgrade it in a way that makes it really strong. And so you're just bopping bosses. You're like bopping gods with this little toy hammer that goes squeaky, squeaky, squeak. It doesn't make a squeak, but it does. In my head, it does. In my head, it squeaks. It's a good hammer. But yeah, no, they really got this game to being a really clean 3D platformer. And I was impressed by the way they did that. You could go around a lot of spaces, and it's all fixed camera angles. And so that's kind of their way of giving you encounters and spaces that work really well with the 3D camera. You don't end up in a situation where you're trying to hit an enemy, but they're too far in the distance to see. And the only time that it was really a problem was, have you gotten to play any of the bonus missions?
Yes, I really like how they work, like how they introduce you to all the different nuances of not just the copy abilities, but like the upgrades to the copy abilities, and then your just like general move set. It's a really lovely, like, smart way to get you to experiment with different abilities, so you're not just using the exact same moves over and over.
Yep. They get you to use every kind of move, and you start to realize, like, wow, not only are some of these broken, all of them are broken because you're freaking Kirby. The hard one was the fire one. All the fire ones are in this top-down perspective, but because you only do a glide ability when you're off the ground, and it's top-down, it's really hard to tell when you're actually on the ground. Even though, like, the controller vibrates, Kirby makes a little motion when he's on the ground. Like, they tried, but, like, man, I struggled with that. It was really annoying. And yeah, some of those time trials are super tight. Most of them aren't, but some of them are, like, really tight. And if you don't know all of the nuances to, like, any given power-up, which is also kind of hard to find, you gotta dig into the menus to find those, then some of those are impossible.
Yeah.
which is, them trying to get you to branch out and try out all the different abilities and figure out what each of their nuances are. So like they're trying their best to teach you. They're doing it all right, and I'm still just like, oh man, this Kirby game's hard.
Mhm.
When it's not trying to be. It's trying to be really easy. But they've all the mini games were really fun. I don't know if you've gotten to fishing yet, but fishing's very cool. There's a little marble game where you get to do a little Kirby tilt and roll, and that works great on the gyro. I had a lot of fun with it.
That's cool.
Then, what else is there? Coliseum. Coliseum's very helpful, actually. Useful. And, I gotta say, after 100%ing it, I can't see any other way to play that game. The difference between 100%ing it and, finishing the game for me was like another 5 or 6 hours. It was not bad. Not nearly as daunting as it seems. And 100%ing the game also means playing their little gacha game.
Yeah.
You have to roll for all of the collect every single like character and object in the game as a little collectible gacha keychain kind of thing, which they've done in Kirby's before. But no, they did it right, where they basically give you whatever the newest, like the ones that you don't have, they'll skew towards giving you those. And so what I thought it was gonna be super daunting and maybe impossible to 100%. It was not. That was nice. But yeah, no, they good game. They backload the story, so if you want to know what's going on in this world, they'll tell you, but you got to earn it.
I bet, yeah.
And it gets that place. Just let me know when you get to that final boss. It comes after. You got to see the credits a few times, but once you get to the final boss, holy shit! This is classic Kirby.
I love
every
that.
Kirby's like this, and
I'm ready.
Oh.
All right. Well, we did not get any questions from what I'm seeing, so I guess
I was late on getting the questions prompt out. That's my fault.
It's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, honestly, it's probably for the best, because I gotta get out of here in 15 minutes. So,
perfect.
We made good time. Anyway, Solon, Maverick, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And thank you all for listening. I know this was kind of a short one, but, we're figuring stuff out here. We are, still in the process of fixing some things here on the back end. But I think we're going to be going at this a bit smarter. I'm looking forward to where Chooch is going in the future.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. Thank you for listening, everyone. If you'd like to continue to support us, you can follow us on Twitter at VGCC. You can retweet or reply or like our content. It helps out a whole lot. We have our Tumblr, videogamechuchu.tumblr.com, where if you put a /ask at the end of it, you can send a question for the podcast. You can go to facebook.com/videogamechuchu. You can go to YouTube. Our YouTube is just videogamechuchu. We are figuring out more stuff to put on our YouTube channel. So hopefully that will be more reason for you to subscribe. I'm hoping that'll be good for you all. We have our Discord server, thegamezone.zone. If you type that into your web browser, it'll bring you straight there. You can hang out with us. I know I keep saying, we're going to be doing more. But we're going to be looking into doing more stuff in the Discord server too. It's been a real long time, but I think it's time to head back in there. Maybe get our game on. We can chill out with our crew in the schoolyard. We'll see how it goes. If you really like what we're doing and you want to support us into the new age of the website, you can go to patreon.com/VGCC and just give us $3 a month to gain access to all kinds of stuff, like Unlimited Railworks, our anime podcast, or LV's Unlimited Rail Notes, which is when she writes up notes about the shows that we watch on Unlimited Railworks, or Starlight Car when we do that, when we interview people. And maybe some more stuff later on that we're thinking about. Who knows? The world is our oyster, and so is yours. Trying to think if there's anything else I have to mention. No, of course, thank you to Melt Channel / Magic Circuit for our theme song Crush off of the album Magic is Real. If you want to listen to their stuff, it's meltchannel.bandcamp.com or magic-circuit.bandcamp.com. If I can remind you, they put out an album pretty recently over in Magic Circuit land. And, if you enjoy VTubers, they got a bunch of the VShojo girls singing on there. And even if not, they just got some good tracks on there, so check it out, for real. It's very good. Even just from, like, an unbiased take here. It's just good, fun music. So check that out. So where can people find you?
Hey, you can find my streaming work. You can find my fun stuff over at ChorbySP on Twitter, as well as at twitch.tv/ChorbySP, where I'm playing a lot of the games I'm talking about and dealing with them live for your entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to see my professional work, you got to go to videogamechoo-choo.com. That's where Solon lives.
Mm-hmm. So that's the truth. It's the real world.
Mm-hmm.
Maverick, how about you?
For like...
Maverick, did your stuff get disconnected?
Hey, if you want to find more Maverick, you can find me at twitter.com/MavSplaniamania. That's MavSplaniamania. But you should come hang out with me at thegamezone.zone.
If Maverick was in here, he'd be like wanting to beat your ass for making him sound like fucking Barney Rubble.
Is Barney Rubble not a New York native?
Not that I'm aware of. He's kind of got that New York sensibility to it, though. I get it. I respect it.
Where is the Flintstones? They live in
Bedrock.
Is it just called Bedrock?
It's just called Bedrock.
Where is Bedrock? Is it a city? Is it like a...
The town of Bedrock. It's just a town. I don't think they got... I don't think they ever got any more specific. Like, they weren't like, we're in the United Stones of America. Or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're right. Very much a Springfield Simpsons kind of situation.
United Stones of Americoncrete. No.
Man, if the Flintstones were out now, they would have so many opinions on Minecraft.
I mean, there was that Flintstones comic where it was like them talking about genocide.
What?
Yeah, there was a Flintstones comic semi-recently where like they were like it was about like Fred being like a part of a war crime military. It was fucked up. It was insane.
What? How is that anything like Minecraft though?
Well, it can be.
I was just going to make a nice little joke about, like, them building up Bedrock and making a little ender portal on accident. Oh, funny jokes. No, okay, no, they went a little further than that. Is Fred Flintstone's a war criminal? You're saying?
Can be.
Can be.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It depends on
it in him.
Depends on the story, the lore, if you will.
It's possible. It's in him to be a war criminal.
It's in all of us, and that's what we have to work against.
It's not in me, John. I played the whole Metal Gear Solid series.
Well,
and skipped the Metal Gear.
That just means that you do the work. You go out there every day, and you're a good person, and that's something to be commended.
Okay. Wait, you know what? I haven't played the whole Metal Gear Solid series. I skipped Peace Walker.
Exactly. You don't understand that.
The depths of humanity. Oh, I haven't played MGS5 either.
Love Deterrence, baby.
Damn, I've really only played like half the MGS series at this point now.
I mean, yeah, Metal Gear Solid 5 is like a good third of the overall Metal Gear Solid experience, just based on length.
Yeah. Huh.
All right. Well, I guess that will do it for this week's show. And also you can find me at JOHN _MICHONSKI on Twitter. That's me, John. Hi. That'll do it for this week's show. We'll be back next week with another episode of the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. So long. Bye-bye.
Have a great weekend at Tiffany's.